Hey guys, welcome to today's reading lesson. At the top of your paper, go ahead and write reading 5520. Today I'm going to be reading you a story, and then we'll be going over some questions that go with it. And you're just going to put the letter of the answer that you think is correct. I'm going to do a few of them with you, but there's going to be some of them once in a while that I want you to do by yourself. So make sure you're paying attention when we read the story because you want to know the answers when we get to the questions in the end. So make sure you have that title, Reading 5520 at the top of your paper. And then always remember to pause the video if you need to at any time. You can always rewind the video if you need to watch it again. And then you can go ahead and put your pencil down while we read the story, okay? So the title of the story, which is on our front cover here, is How the Camel Got His Hump by Stephen Krinsky. All right, so we know our title and we know the author, but the illustrator is a mystery. We're not sure who drew all the pictures, but that's okay. We know that the title is How the Camel Got His Hump. So let's figure it out. How did the camel get his hump? Let's move into the story. There was once a lazy camel that lived near the desert. He did not live alone. "Help us gather the hay," said a horse. "If we wait too long, the wind will blow it away." "Humph," said the camel. He did nothing. It doesn't look like he wants to work, does it? "Help us collect sticks for the fire," said a dog. "Cold nights are coming." "Humph," said the camel again. "Help us plow the fields," said an ox. "We need to grow food." "Humph," said the camel. He did nothing. The next day a genie came. He said, "I feel something is wrong. What is it?" "The camel doesn't help," said the horse. "We do all the work," said the dog. The ox nodded. "He just stands around." The genie said, "Let's see about that." So right now they're letting this genie know all of the issues that they're having with the camel and how he's not helping with anything. The genie appeared next to the camel. "You need to change your ways," he said. "Humph," said the camel. "Is humph all you can say?" the genie asked. "Humph, humph, humph." "Very well, I will give you a hump that you will always remember," the genie yelled. Uh-oh. So right now, because he says humph a lot, it sounds a lot like hump, and the genie says, "Very well, I will give you a hump that you will always remember." Okay, so now the genie's doing some magical stuff to the camel here. The genie waved his arms. The camel's back began to puff up. Soon a big hump stuck up. "From now on, your hump will remind you of one thing," the genie said. "You care only for yourself." And camels have had humps ever since. Wow. Okay, so before we get into some questions, let's go back and review what we just learned all about. Okay, so we know the title, How the Camel Got His Hump, so we know we're figuring out how we got it. We know that they're in the desert and that the camel's being really lazy. The horse is the first character we see, and he asks, "Can you help us gather some hay?" And they didn't want all the hay to blow away, but the camel just said humph and didn't want to do anything. He just made a noise to the horse. And then we had the ox and the dog ask for help, and both times The camel would not help. And the ox, what did he want? He wanted help plowing the field so they could grow some food. And it looked like the dog needed help gathering sticks so they can make a fire for cold nights. And then the genie appeared, and all the animals were like, we can't do anything about this guy. The camel is not helping. And the genie was trying to fix that by talking to the camel, but the camel wouldn't even listen to the genie. So what did the genie do? He gave him a hump so that he would always remember that he was not able to care about anyone else but himself. So it says, you care only for yourself. And camels have had humps ever since. Okay, let's get into our questions. So on your paper, you already put, let's see. You already put this, but I'll leave it up over here. All right, so put number 1 on your paper because we're going to start off with question 1. Question 1. So you're just going to put a number 1 on your paper. And remember, at any time you can pause the video. Right now we're on question 1. So try to keep up and pay attention so you don't fall behind, okay? All right, the first question says, who gathers hay? Who gathers hay? Is this cloud gathering hay? Is this horse? Does the horse gather hay? Does the camel gather hay? It's either A, B, or C. A, a cloud, B, the horse, or C, the camel. Who gathers hay? Well, we know that the camel did nothing for anybody, so he did not gather hay, did he? We know there was no cloud in the story. I don't know why there's a cloud in here, but he was not a character. So we know at the very beginning of the story that the horse walked up to the camel and said, hey, can you help me gather some hay? And the camel said no, but we do know that who gathers hay? The horse gathers hay. So you want to write B on your paper. B. So put the letter B on your paper for number 1. It shouldn't take you too long to just write the letter B. So we're going to move on from question number 1, which was B, to question number 2. All right, so write a 2 on your paper. Let's go ahead and read the question. The character is the camel in the story. Wait, the character is the camel in the story. What does the camel do? Okay, so the main character is the camel, correct? What does the camel do, though? Think about what the camel does for number 2. Does he A, the camel plows the field, B, the camel collects sticks, or C, the camel does nothing? Which one is it, A, B, or C? I'm going to let you figure this one out all by yourself. So for number 2, you're going to put the letter A, B, or C. What does the camel do in the story? Does he A, the camel plows the field, B, the camel collects sticks, or C, the camel does nothing? So whichever letter you think is correct, A, B, or C. Plows fields, collects sticks, or does nothing. What does the camel do? And that was for number 2. Now we're going to move on to number 3. All right, number 3. So write a number 3 on your paper. Go ahead and do that now. Put the number 3. And then we're going to put the correct letter next to the number 3. So the question says, what do the animals tell the genie about the camel? All right, so think about, what did the animals tell the genie about the camel? A, the camel does not help with the work. B, the camel will not stand near them. C, the camel is not feeling well. Which of these is what the animals tell the genie? Let's look at letter C. C says, the camel is not feeling well. I don't think at any time in the story did they say that. So I think the camel feels fine. He's just feeling kind of lazy. What does B say? the camel will not stand near them. Well, although that might be true, that is not what they told the genie, though. What did they tell the genie? Was it A, the camel does not help with the work? That's true, right? So I think for number 3, the answer is A. So you just have to put the letter A next to number 3. The camel does not help with the work. Because that's true, right? He doesn't help with any of the work, no matter how many times they ask him. So 3 is A. Pause the video if you need more time because we're going to number 4. All right, so write the number 4 on your paper. All right, so they want us to read the underlined sentence. What does the genie want the camel to do? All right, let's read it together. All right, try to say this first word. You need to change your ways, he said. You need to change your ways, he said. All right, so that's what this genie said. So what does the genie want the camel to do? He wants him to change his ways. So which of these answers is correct for number 4? A, he wants the camel to appear near the animals. B, he wants the camel to get mad at the animals. C, he wants the camel to help the animals. All right, so what does the genie want the camel to do? I'm going to let you answer this one yourself. Remember, this is question number 4. So what does the genie want the camel to do? Does he want A, he wants the camel to appear near the animals? B, he wants the camel to get mad at the animals? C, he wants the camel to help the animals. So write down the letter that you think is correct and pause the video for more time because I'm about to move on. But is it A, B, or C? What does the genie want the camel to do? Appear near the animals is what A says. B says get mad at the animals. And C says for the camel to help the animals. And that was number 4. So whichever you think it is, A, B, or C. All right, number 5. So put a 5 on your paper. All right, you should be done writing a 5. The question says, how does the genie feel when the camel says hump? A, the genie is afraid. B, the genie is mad. Or C, the genie is sad. How does the genie feel when the camel says hump? A says the genie is afraid. I don't think the genie was afraid of the camel when he said that. He didn't seem very afraid. The genie seemed pretty brave and didn't run away. Usually when you're afraid, you run away. And that's not what the genie did. C says the genie is sad. I don't think the genie was sad. He seemed more like he was more upset, like angry or something. B says the genie is mad. Do you think the genie was mad that the camel just said hump to him and didn't really answer or say anything else? Yeah, I think the genie was mad. So let's put B. Let's put for number 5, let's put the letter B. All right, so number 5, we put the letter B. Let's go to number 6. All right, let's make this our very last question, number 6. Look at the chart. What happens at the end of the story? Choose the correct picture. All right, so we have our beginning, middle, and end. What do you see happening at the beginning here? The very beginning of our story, what happens? The horse walks up to the camel and says, hey, can you help me gather some hay? And of course, the camel says, hump. In the middle of the story, we see the genie appears and talks to all the animals about how the camel is not being helpful. So at the very, very end of the story, what happens? Look at these pictures. What happens at the very, very, very end? Think about the last thing that happened. The very last thing that happened. So maybe another character did something, and maybe something happened to the camel. So look at each picture, and it's either going to be A, B, or C, and I'll let you do this one by yourself. What happened at the very, very end of the story? It might be a little confusing because two of the pictures definitely happened towards the end, but only one picture happened at the very, very end, the very last thing. All right, so it's either A, B, or C. If you need more time to figure out what happened at the end, pause the video. But that was number 6, and that is the last question we have for today. So make sure you do your sight word homework. Send me a picture of that, and then make sure you're practicing sight words because we have a couple more than usual this week. But I think y'all can handle that. Y'all are doing so good with sight words. Let's see. Also, there's another YouTube video I want you guys to watch today on the AG family, the AG family. So just make sure you go through your daily schedule and make sure you do everything on there, okay? That's it for this video. I'll see you guys at the afternoon meeting or the morning meeting, whichever one comes next for you. All right, see you later.